Hello, welcome to this channel again. This is the fourth video of solving question answer, solving a problem. Okay, so in this video, I am going to discuss about this question. Okay, solving the solution of this question, and this question says distinguish among commands do, continue, do while, and go to in Fortran with examples. Okay, so we have to find out the differences between these four commands in Fortran with examples. Okay, so first of all, let's have some ideas about these commands. Okay, do, continue, do while, and go to. Okay, so and first of all, what is loops? What are loops? Okay, let's discuss for a while about loops. Loops are Fortran constructs that permit us to execute a sequence of statements more than once. Okay, loops mean repetition actually. So loop means the repetitive execution of a statement under some conditions. Okay, and another statement is for using loops we use different types of commands. Okay, so to execute the loops we use different type of commands such as do while, continue, go to, etc. Okay, so actually do while, continue, go to, these four commands are used for executing loops in Fortran program. Okay, and what are the differences between these four commands? Let's have some idea before writing the code. Okay, and the major differences between these commands depend on how the repetition is controlled. Okay, the differences between among these four commands depend on how the loops repetition of these loops are controlled. So the code in a while loop is repeated an indefinite number of times until some user specified condition is satisfied. You will understand this statement after writing the code. Okay, using the do while loop, and there are some differences. Okay, first of all, let's have idea what is do loop and do command. Okay, do command executes a loop under predefined number of times. Predefined means user defined, the number of repetition defined by the user in the program. Okay, and there is no logical statement applied in this loop. So under do loop there are no logical statement, no if statement, and etc. Okay, and in number 2, do while command executes the loop until given logical condition is true. Okay, do while loop executes the loop do while command executes the loop until given logical condition is true. Logical condition means less than, greater than, equal, less or equal, these conditions. Okay, if the logical expression is true, the statements will be executed again. This process will be repeated until the expression becomes false. Okay, if the expression is not satisfied, then the loop will break. Now continue command. So continue command acts as undo command under do command. So actually continue command is used with do. Okay, so I will show you in the program how to use continue. Okay, now go to command helps to continue the loop under if statement. Okay, so go to command is used under if statement until some condition is satisfied. Until some condition is satisfied, we use go to repeat the statement again and again. Okay, Among these four commands, do and continue don't use logical statement. So remember, do and continue commands don't use logical statement, but do while and go to commands use logical statements. Remember these two, okay? So that you will be it will be easier for you to understand the code, okay? So this is some ideas about the differences and the concept of these four commands, and this question was asked in the computational lab exam of MSc third semester physics, okay? So now let's go to uh, let's go to start the program and write some code with examples of using these four commands, okay? So for this let's open the terminal. So to open the terminal I use press Ctrl Alt and T at once, and terminal opens like this. And I have created now let's go to the desktop first, okay? Desktop directory, and there is a computational directory I have shown you in previous videos how I created this this directory named as computation, okay? And there are some files, okay, which we are not going to use in this video, okay? So but we have to create a .f90 file, Fortran file, to use to write the code to demonstrate the examples of those commands, okay? Those commands means do while and so on. So I use text editor or gedit in here. So I name that program as do while, okay? Let me name it as do while and F90, okay? So that it will be open in gedit, and the name of the file is this. Remember, you cannot use space while naming the file in the name of the file, okay? So you have to use this underscore sign, okay? Now after adding and there, press enter, and the file will open like this, okay? This is do while.f90 Fortran file, and here I am going to write the code to demonstrate the examples of those four commands: do while, continue, and go to, okay? So let's name the program first as do while, okay? Remember, do not use for the name of the program the word do while, go to, continue, such program, single program, okay? So the name of the program must be of this color, okay? Actually the color of program and this name must be different, otherwise there will be problem while executing the program. So implicit one, let's continue the code further, okay, and end program. This is the format of the program, okay? So first of all I want to number one I want to use okay, do command, okay? Example of do command. And in number two there is do while command, and in number three continue command, okay? And in number four there is what, go to command, okay? So what this program does is this program helps you to find the sum of first first 1000 natural numbers. First 1000 natural number means from 1 to 1000, and this program will help you to find the sum of these numbers. Now first of all, let's define some variables. So I use sum1, sum2, sum3 and sum4. Sum4, sum1 I will use sum1 in do command, sum2 in do while command, sum3 for continue, and sum4 for go to command. And I also have to define integer. I use only I here. So also let's define. I will define those values later. I have defined real values. Some will be real. You can also define it as integer, but no problem. And integer I. Now first of all, let's write the code for do command. So here for do command, let's define I as sum1 as this, and do command is very simple actually. So just write do I takes value 1 to 1000, and sum1 is equal to sum1 plus I, and do, and print the sum. I must use here bracket, the sum using do command is equal to sum. Now let's run the program. Let's check whether the code for do command is correct or not. And similarly we will be writing codes for do while, continue and go to. So first of all, let's execute this program first, and I will explain the code. So to run it, type Fortran and the name of file. You can see name of file. I think there is no error. And do it like this. So 500 500. So the sum of the numbers, the sum of the first 1000 natural numbers, this means 1 to 1000 natural numbers, is this. So we have to find the sum as this for using all these 4 commands. So for while using do while, same sum, using continue, same sum, and find the same sum by using go to command. So this is how I am going to show you. So how this code work is, so in the first case, initially I defined sum1 is 0. Before using do loop. Sum1 is 0, and after using sum1 do loop, how do loop works, I takes value from 1 to 1000. And as the value of I, the sum of value of this sum1 goes on increasing by 1. So in first case, if I is equal to 1, the sum1 will be this. So this is 0 plus 1. In this case, sum1 is 1. In second case, if when I is equal to 2, how it works, this summon will be the value of the previously obtained value of summon. So that means when I is equal 1, so in that case summon was 1. Okay, so here summon is 1 and I has value 2, and this sum becomes 3. Okay, and in this way this value goes on increasing until I is equal to 1000, and after I is equal to 1000 the loop will break and the output will be this summon. Okay, and that value I have shown you, this 500 500. Okay, similarly for do while. Okay, so here for do while also I use sum2 is in initial case, sum2 is 0, and I define I is equal to 1. Okay, so do while I have some explain you that do while loop uses what logical expression. Okay, logical expression, do while command executes the loop until given logical condition is true, so we have to use logical expression here, and that logical expression is while, do while, do while, and that logical expression is, okay, I must use here 1000. Okay, do while I is less than or equal to 1000 bracket sum 2 is equal to sum 2, okay, sum 2 plus I. Okay, and I is equal to I plus 1. Okay, and do, and print the sum using what, do while is equal to, that would be sum 2. Okay, remember that actually the final answer of this and this must be equal, this means 500 500. Okay, so this is the code by using do while command. So let's save it and execute the code, and I will explain after if it is correct. Okay, so again if I run it, see, in both case the sum is 500 500, do command, do while. Okay, so it means this code is correct. Okay, so how it works is, in first case initially sum 2 is 0 before using do while loop. Okay, sum 2 is 0, so for do command I am using sum1, for do while I am using sum2. Don't be confused. Okay, I am using different value of sum for different commands. So for do while I use sum2, for continue I will use sum3, and similarly for sum4 for Goto. Okay, so here sum2 is 0 in initial case, initially at first. Okay, before using do while loop, and I varies from 1 to 1000, so initially I must be 1, there is I has no value at 0. Okay, and after this we use do while loop, and do while loop says the logical expression is, under do while loop the logical expression is I must be less than or equal to, LE means less than or equal, okay, 1000, and sum2 is equal to sum2 plus I is equal to I plus 1. Okay, so when do while loop is applied, how it works, initially so I is equal to 1, which is less than 1000 obviously. So how it works, in this case I is equal to 1. Okay, and this I is 1 and this sum2 is initially this, so we add these two, the program adds these two, which is 1, so sum2 becomes 1. Okay, sum2 becomes 1, and we have defined I is equal to 1, so here is I is equal to I plus 1. How it works, in this case when sum2 is 1, so I1 is also 1. Okay, so 1 plus 1 is 2 and I is equal to 2, sum 1 is 1, I is equal to 2. Okay, again when I is equal to 2, okay, second case I is 2, so I is again less than 1000, so here I2 must be 2. Okay, and sum 2 is obviously 1. Okay, sum 2 is obviously 1, and add these 2 plus 1, 3, and in this case we have 1 here already, and I is 2 here, so 2 plus 1 is 3, and so I is equal to 2. In this case sum 2 is again also 3, I is again 3. Okay, so in this way the sum goes on increasing until I is less than or equal to 1000, and when see, when I is equal to 1000, how it does, this is I is 1000, and in this case I is equal to I plus 1, and when I is 1000, this is 1000 plus 1, which is greater than this one. So after it becomes greater than 1000, and the loop will break and it will give the output. Okay, then it gives the output. So the sum is 500 500. Okay, in this way the do while loop works. Now let's move to continue. Okay, continue. So for continue, let's define sum 3 is equal to this. Okay, and do I use here 1. Okay, I is equal to 1 2 3. Okay, sum 3 is equal to sum 3 plus I use 1 here and continue. Okay, now print the result. The sum using continue, okay, command is what, sum 3. Okay, this is simple code for continue using continue command. Okay, so how it is, sum 3 I defined initially, sum 3 is 0 0 0.0. Okay, I have defined sum as real. Okay, that's why it is 0.0, and do I define this step as 1. Okay, and I is equal to 1 2. Okay, here must be 1000 because, and here you can see the do loop and see the difference. Okay, between these two command code of these two commands. Okay, so here sum 3 is equal to sum 3 plus I, and after this I didn't use here n2. Okay, instead of that I use 1 and continue. It means after performing this step, again continue this step. Okay, for I is equal to 1, I is equal to 2, I is equal to 3 4 5 6 and so on up to 1000, and this is how the continue commands work. Now let's run the program again. Okay, so in this case run. Okay, see the answer is same. The sum using do command is this, the sum using do while command is this, and the sum using continue command is this. So our code is still till now the code is being correct at once. Okay, so how it works is in place of what end do I used continue. That's all. Other are same. So what it means, see, sum 3 is 0. In initial case I is equal to 1 obviously. Okay, sum 3 is 0, so what comes here, this is equal to 1 0 and this is 1, so 1 plus 0 plus 1 is 1. So in first step when I is equal to 1, the sum 3 is also 1. In second step when I is equal to 2, sum 3 is 1 and I is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. In this case sum 3 is 3. in third I is equal to 3, and so on. Okay, and it does not break the loop, but it continues until I is equal to 1000. After this, the loop will break and the program gives output as sum 3. Okay, so this is how continue command works in Fortran. Now let's move to Goto command. So for Goto command, I have defined sum4 and whose value initially is 0.0. Define I here 1. Okay, initial case I is 1. So in Goto command also we use what we use okay, we use Goto command helps to continue the loop under if condition. Okay, in Goto command we have to use if condition with logical expression. Okay, so let's define. So we use here 1. Okay, let's define this step as 1, and if logical statement. Okay, I is less than or equal to 1000, then sum 3 is equal to sum 3 plus I. Okay, here sum 3 plus I, and I is equal to I plus 1. Okay, this is a special case of if statement actually. Okay, and after this I don't use an if directly, but we have to use this step until I is equal to how much? I is equal to, it means we have to use this step. Okay, this step until okay, until 10 I is equal to 1000, or we have to use this statement 1000 times. Okay, that's why I use here go to 1. Okay, and if and print the sum. Okay, the sum using go to command is equal to, it is sum 4. Okay, it is sum 4. So okay, so how I define sum 4 initial in initial state. It is 0.0, I is 1, and remember that when we use logical expression we define I initial. Okay, so here I used logical expression, so here I is defined as 1 initially. Okay, but in do command there is no, we didn't define I is equal to 1 initially. Okay, and also in continue command, but in Goto and do while command we use I defined as 1 initially. Okay, so don't confuse with it. So initially we define I is equal to 1, and I define this step as 1. Okay, and this step says if I is less than or equal to 1000, then the operation is, this is a condition. Okay, logical condition, and this is operation. Okay, sum 3 is okay, here must be sum 4 actually. Sorry, I made a mistake here. Sum 4 is equal to sum 4 plus I, and next step I sum goes increasing, I also goes increasing, because we are not using do loop here. Okay, so it goes on increasing. So sum 4 is sum 4 plus I, and I is equal to I plus 1, and it goes until I is less than or equal to 1000. After I is equal to 1000, the loop will break. Okay, in each step go to statement, go to command order, give it order to repeat this state again. Okay, until I is equal to 1000. So in this way go to command works in Fortran. So let's run the program again, and we have to find the same value of sum as 500. Okay, 500 to 500 as this. Here is mistake. I made a mistake here. If then duplicate statement level at 1. Okay, how it is duplicate? If this is equal to this, then sum 4 is sum 4 plus I is equal to I plus 1. Go to command. Okay, how is it mistake? Here must be 1. Okay, this must be 1, no problem. Okay, let it be 2. Okay, I think we are using here 1 as well, so it is not working because of this. Okay, let's use it as 2 and operate, compile the program again. Okay, it is working now. This must be different from 1. Okay, remember this one also. Okay, see the answer. Okay, these all are the sum of the first 1000 natural numbers, that is numbers from 1 to 1000. So the sum using do command is this, the sum using do while command is this, the sum using continue command is this, and the sum using go to command is this. All are equal. Similarly, you can use first 100 natural numbers, a square of them. Okay, so this is just an example, just an example of using these commands in Fortran. Okay, so I think you have got some idea about using or differences between this do command, do while command, continue command, and go to command in Fortran. If this video helped you, then please like this video, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you have some suggestions, or if you want to you want me to make videos on some topic of your interest, please do leave it in the comment box section. Okay, comment box. I will make as per your suggestion. Okay, I will make the video as per your suggestions. Thank you for watching this video. And again, let me remind you the differences. Okay, so these are the differences. Do command executes the loop under predefined the condition defined by the user. Okay, number of times. There is no logical statement applied in this loop. Okay, as I have shown you, there is no logical expression in do loop. Okay, but in while using do while command, there is logical expression, logical condition, and do while command executes the loop until given logical condition is true. If the logical expression is true, the statements will be executed again. This process will be repeated until the logical expression becomes false. This means if I is less than or equal to 1000, the statement will work, but if I is greater than 1000, then the statement will be false and the loop break. Okay, and continue command acts as undo command under do command. Okay, and go to command helps to continue the loop under if statement until some condition or logical expression or logical condition is satisfied. Among these 4 commands, do and continue don't use logical statement, but do while and go to commands use logical statements. So by watching this video, I hope you must be clear about the differences between these 4 commands. Okay, it seems they seem to be similar, but they are different while we are using in Fortran program. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Subscribe the channel and like this video. We will see you next video. Okay, thank you for watching.